What's happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Daily Profit Plan. Did you guys miss me? How's everybody doing today? Let's get the chat up and running, screen share as well. Ready to tackle the day. All right. What's happening? Pete, Andrew in the house, James here, Donna, good morning, Max, good morning, Rick, Dave, Gilroy, Arthur in the house, Roar in the house. What's up, Greg? Snapper's here, Tom's here. Copper, interesting. Okay, we'll take a look. Friday was awesome. Yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was a big move. Not gonna lie. I mean, it was kind of helpful. I mean, again, I was traveling. I mean, obviously during a work day and a trading day, I'd like to be in front of the computer. But given how violent that move was, I don't think there was any efficiency in the day at all. It was upside risk. I mean, I think I mentioned this in Telegram. It's like, VIX was 16. Okay, so on an extreme side, you're looking at 1% on the day. Went up 1.45, 1.46, like crazy, crazy different. I was at the computer around like 1:30. Took a look at my Tanuki Trade app. Went back to the replay feature. Pulled out my morning prep to find out where my levels would have been, and I started playing around that 7,600 zone. So I did end up getting a little scalp yesterday. 76.10 by 76.10 by 76.15. Grabbed a bear call spread for $1, and then I did a couple of butterfly spreads, 75.95 and 76.05. I didn't hold them to close. I just scalped them for the day. Ended up grabbing about, I think it was like $420, $430 from a couple of 15 and 20 white butterflies, and then the scalp on top of that. So, fortunately, for only trading for like 2.5 hours to the close, worked out pretty well. Today, likely a very different story, different scenario with such a ridiculously inefficient move for yesterday. I mean, not even close. I have the expected move box adjusted to 33.5. Okay. And I pulled that from the web app this morning. Here's 32.18. Here is 29.23, 23.36. I mean, I know the brokers are sitting around like 27. I think Tasty is 27. 27.81. Tasty versus Thinkorswim is a couple points different. I think Thinkorswim is still under 30 points. So I'm going to use 33.5. That's what I pulled this morning, which with live price right now, trading at 7627, opening bell in about 20 minutes. So 7627 plus 33.5. That puts us up to about 7660. Okay. So this morning, if you want to use the global market hours and you want to get the trade in, this 7665, 7685, I'm doing a bear call spread here. And the 7525, I'm going to go 20 by 7,500. So this trade, 7665, 7685. And then on the put side, 7520, 7,500. It's trading for $1.35 right now. Now, you can set this at $1.50. You can set this at $2. If you want to get in to have some skin in the game right away, there's $1.30 to play with. We can still play some defense on this. But I'm looking at, this area as hopefully relatively conservative, where price won't breach for a second day in a row. And we'll see where price ultimately wants to come, settle. Now, I'm interested to see if a, low risk iron butterfly for double ups will do pretty well. Yeah, I'll post in the chat. So, new trade, SPX. I'm posting this right now for daily profit play. 7665, 7685, 7520, 7500, $1.50 to $2 credit. Currently showing $1.30 credit. So if you want just that trade, I mean, $1.30, it's lower credit, but it's skin in the game. you can add another one for, let's say, $18, $18.50. So it's $18 credit, $18.50 credit if this level gets threatened. Gives you a break even of essentially a 1-to-1. So there's a way to play defense there. With yesterday's blowout move, I suspect today will be more efficient and prices will stay inside the expected move box with plus minus 33.5. Okay, gap adjusted levels. So what that means is I'll take the gap higher and the close from yesterday and move down about 33.5 points. So on the downside, I mean, we really shouldn't see price dropping below 7,564. Okay, I say shouldn't, but based on my reading this morning, I'm willing to go all the way down here towards 7,525 because that is a pretty solid put wall. There's HVL, which is the positive and negative gamma pivot. So right now we are in positive gamma. Let me find my oh, there it is. EpiPen. Okay, so above is positive gamma, below is negative. We are well above it by about 50, 56 points. So even if the market were to drop, it's still, positive gamma. But after, literally yesterday was so far off. I even looked to see what the morning reading would have been, and it would have been probably a plus minus 40. If you're watching the morning, you've gone through this routine with me day after day for 600 something trades. What was our plus minus in the broker yesterday? Probably like 35 to 40 points on the high end. We went 95 points. So way more than double. Larry says 53. Okay. I saw 51 on Tanuki Trade when I pulled up the replay feature. Even 51 was nearly doubled. Like, extremely difficult to say that would have been a smart spot to read outside of looking at, and this is why I use the numbers every morning. This is why I don't just play the simple expected move. I want to make sure that if I'm playing the expected move, that there is, like this, for example, like 76.50 to me, if it's found, great, right? There's a decent amount of labels here. There's, high gamma, call wall, absolute, blah, blah, blah. So here's your, call wall 2, highest absolute gamma, largest net call open interest, highest call open interest, highest combined open interest, largest net call volume, highest to call volume. We're trading at 27. Can it go 23 points in at 76.50? Sure. And if it does that today, my hope is that it will find it if it finds it, and then it respects it, meaning there's a little bit of a reaction here. Price won't breach this level, but that's why I'm going to sell a little bit higher. Take the expected move box, gap adjusted, a little bit higher. That puts me up to around 76.60 or higher. Okay, so I'm choosing the 65 handle today. I've just posted it for daily profit play in Telegram. It's offering $1.30. I don't mind the $1.30, but I'd prefer $1.50 to $2 simply because of the risk. Going 20 wide, I'd like to have at least $1.50 to $2. That gives me a chunk to play defense with as well. And then to the downside, why would I not just go, okay, we closed yesterday at 7,600. So take 33 points off that, right? 7,600 minus 33.3 or 33.5. So we should not see price, based on the expected move, should not see price going below 7,566. Now, why would I choose 7,525? Because we have this huge space between the current price and this positive and negative gamma pivot, and we have put walls even lower. Now, it's well outside the calculated move, which is based on yesterday's close, but a put wall and a call wall are on my charts for a reason. There's order flows there. There's liquidity magnets there. There's reaction levels there. We'll see. I mean, with the gap adjusted today, we'll see where the pain point is for Flashpoint as well. But if we came down that far, I would suspect there's hopefully going to be some type of bounce or reaction off of either 7570 or around 7550. So I'd like to get a little bit more conservative and do the 7525 or 7520 and see if the market respects that area. Okay. All right. So trades posted. On double ups, we're trading around 762. And again, I mean, to the upside, this one might be a little bit easier just to try to get some premium at the 7600. So if I went 760 and let's see if I can go let's see if we can go like I'm going to go like 8 wide and see if I can get either $5 to $6 credit on that trade. Now, if that's 8 wide, that takes me down to 752. Yeah, I like that trade. All right, I'm going to put this in for double ups on XSP. XSP for the 4th. I'm going to do an iron butterfly. I'm going to go 768 and 752 and look to see if I can get I would be happy with like probably $6 of the 8. So $6. We can try for, $6.50. So we're risking $1.50. Risking $1.50 to make $6.50. Okay. And that way if price does move higher or does move lower, it's within the, levels and whatnot that I'm using for my calculated high and low. Okay. Now, would I accept $5 in this trade? I would, but then I'm risking 3 to make 5. Still not bad, but this is way better. This is a 4-to-1, okay, versus like a 2-to-1. So I'm going to try this one for double ups, risking 150 to make 650. If I see this offering $6, okay, if it's risking 2 to make 6, still 3-to-1, I might adjust to take that trade. But for right now, I'm going to put it at 650. I'll do this with global hours so it can fill anytime now until the close. That way the trade is in. So 650 credit. I'm risking 150 to make 650. I'm using the 760 close price from yesterday instead of the current price, which is around 762 and change. Okay. So selling the call at 760, buying the 768, selling the 760 put, and buying the 752. 650 credit, pending order, good for the day. All right, double ups, this is coming in your way. It's going to be pending. Make sure you set the credit up where you want it. Don't accept the trade at 391. Okay, I'm not taking that trade at 391. That's basically a 1-to-1. I want more than that. So XSP, 8-4 expiration. Oops. Let's go sell 760, 768, 760, 752. Okay, good for the day. Larry says just got filled for $2 on Iron Condor. Really? Yep. Well, because we're seeing price creeping up here, 7632. Great fill, man. Yeah, $2 is great. Okay, good. So skin is in the game. Let me see here. I'm gonna look at the 70 by 90 and 75.20 zeros. It's another $1.20. I'm gonna take this trade for global. Take this as like another $1. I might. So if I take another bear call spread or Iron Condor, I'm going to play some defense here. So let me see if I can get another $1.20 5. That'll give me a couple dollars to work with. Good fill for $2, man. A really good fill. All right, just took another $1.20 out of that. So I've got 2 bear call spreads running. 65 by 85, and then the 70 by 90. Okay, live price we're trading at 32. So 7632 plus 33.5 means 7655 or 7665 should be, again, based on the expected move, based on gap adjusted. I mean, again, we could have another ridiculous day of upside risk, and I might be way too aggressive on kind of calling this this top for the day. But if we're running right up into this call wall at 7650, it'd be nice to see this, either run up to 50 and then fade down for the day, or just not even get there. Okay, so right now I'm looking to play some defense. So I pulled in about $3 of credit. Now I'm going to play some defense. I don't mind sacrificing about 80. I'm going to go like 60 to 80 here. 60 to 80, that's 20 wide. Let me go 30 wide here. It's going to cost me about 90 cents. I don't mind that. That'll protect me a little bit better. I mean, this is way cheaper for defense. That's a lot more added risk, though. See if I can get this filled for, that's 15 wide. I mean, I kind of like the 20 wide. 20 wide is a pretty big pretty big profit trap. To keep this one low risk, I mean, this may not be a bad play just to do $1 off versus the broken wing. A broken wing brings on $600 of risk. It cost me $1. I could do a butterfly spread. 20 and 20. That should be way cheaper than that, I thought. Well, I'm not going to use that for defense. $1.10. What in the fudge, dude? 76.60, 76.80. There's 20 by 30. That can't be right. All right, I'm just going to let this liquidity fill up. It should be like 90 cents to $1 to play defense. Okay, we're at 33. Let me see what just a put spread is. If I just did a standard 20 wide butterfly. Yeah, these prices are awful. So I'm not going to take this trade, right? It's like I'm 20 wide and it says mid price at $26 on a 20 wide butterfly. This is garbage. So let me see if I can get a better. I'm going to log out, log back in. See if I can get a better option chain. If not, market opens in 4 minutes. But most likely probably playing some defense. Okay. So, I mean, could we go higher on the day? Of course. I'm hoping after such a blowout move yesterday that today is less like upside risk and more in line with the expected move. So that's why I'm looking at this like kind of key level here at 7650. This little batch of labels. I mean, it shows that it's pretty sticky. Okay. So could it get there? Yes, but I'm hoping that it won't get there and stay there or get there and exceed that. It's just let's find some reaction. Let's find a little resistance. Let's find a little call reaction right around that 7650 area. All right. Tasty is now open. See if I can get a better look at a defense trade. I don't know how I'm down $24,000 today. All right, let's try this. So in. Yeah, these still look pretty bad. Fudge. All right, I'm just going to wait until the market opens. This option chain refreshes. This is the defense I'm looking at here. Buying the 7660, selling 2 with the 7680 to give me a 20 wide trap, and I'll go 30 wide on the risk. So my break-even price is going to be 7,700. That'd be, again, like a pretty outsized move. That'd be another 2x expected move, which I'm thinking 2 days in a row. It's usually pretty rare to see that. Could have happened, yes, but shouldn't happen. I'm using 33.5 today, Randy. 33.5. All right, live price, we're at 33.38. Did this all just pivot and change? So HVL was 7570. Then it just jumped up to like 7625. That's very, very odd. But put wall 7550. I'd say call wall. I mean, call wall 7630, but this other stack is like call wall 2, but highest absolute gamma. It's second highest absolute gamma. Largest net call open interest, highest call open interest, highest combined open interest. All this is 7650. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that, starting at 65. Okay. This option chain looks terrible right now. I'm not even getting bid prices. So this should refresh in about a minute once we go open, and I'll put in some defense. I've got $3 to work with right now. And I will probably sacrifice $1 of that for defense on the upside. All right. See if this will refresh. There we go. Come on, option chain. There we go. We're at 30 right now at the open. Expect to move drop down to 23. Now let's sprinkle in some defense here. 60 by 80. 60 by 80 by 10. That's better. Let me try this. I could do it on the put side just so it doesn't overlap too badly. 65 by 85 by 15. What in the heck, dude? All right, a little bit cheaper to play 15 wide defense. This one's not bad, but I'm trying to reduce. I'd like this to be under $1 if I'm going to take this one. So, I mean, I still make $1.75. Give me a 20 wide defense. It just seems a bit on the pricey side. I think what I'll do instead, let's see. So this one, take the trade for $1.20. Let me see what this is trading for right now. So 70 by 90. Right now, this is trading for $1.90. Gosh, it's already up $2. Let's go like $18. That'll be a risk of 2 to make 18. I feel like that level's somewhat defense worthy. So I'll just defend it with a much heftier credit versus forcing the broken wing right now. Let's see how the gamma profiles changed at all. 7642 live price. Okay. We'll see how price behaves. Filled the $2. Yep. Filled. Good. All right. So we're filled on that one. Okay. So DPP filled at $2. Credit. Going to add defense slightly differently. I'm going to take the same trade, but add a lot more credit. 7, 6, 6, 5. 7685, 7520, 7500. That one I'm going to go $18 to $18.50 credit. Low $1.50. It's a $1.50 to $2 max risk. Okay, so my defense is going to be taking on more credit for an added contract versus paying, $1 to take on additional risk up to the upside. Just get a lot more credit and risk way less. So if you duplicate that trade, 65, 85, 20, and the zeros, right now this is trading for $3. Okay. Now I'm pretty comfortable. I mean, I don't mind taking this trade at $3, but it's like I've got to have a bit more evidence that it's still a $1,700 risk. It's like for me, if this thing gets up to like maybe $10, it's like, well, that's a 1-to-1. I risk 10 to make 10. All price has to do is stay below 7675, and that's a break-even price. So I'll keep an eye on this one this morning. Okay, nice, Russ. You got $3 on that one. Good. Okay, we'll see what price does. I'm looking for a bit of a reaction off of the 7650 area. See if that has a little bit of hold and resistance, rather. So, I mean, if we're at 42 right now, could we breach it? Sure. I'm just hoping that it doesn't close below, or I'm hoping it doesn't close beyond 7665 today. I mean, there's still a decent gamma level at 7650, 7630. I'm looking to see if this market will retreat just a little bit. There we go. So it just came back to 7570 gamma. Like this is the HVL down here. That was a weird like switch. So we're certainly in positive gamma. It's just a matter of, how much more does this thing push up today? I'm looking to see if this area will hold as a reaction and offer some resistance on the day. Because what are we getting? Another upside risk type day, right? We gapped up, moved up pretty aggressively. Here's the candle. So 7664, there's our gap adjusted high at a 33.5. So if this blowout move yesterday is going to come back and be in line with gap adjusted, this should be okay. But I don't know. It could be just off to the freaking races and you can't stop this thing from going to the upside. And this is the blow off top that everyone's talking about. But this doesn't seem very efficient or, liquid if we're going to let the market just run much, much higher on the day. And we're already up another, the market's up already another 0.62%. VIX is at 1568, just under 1% for the extreme. 1568. So like a 0.98%. That'd be a pretty big move on the day. That would be way beyond the expected move. 0.98 puts us up around 75. Question is, will it stay there? So, look, we're 5 minutes into the open. Let's see what happens. I think there's going to be a bit of a reaction here, some intraday resistance around 76. That this market may still get to 60 or 65. That's the higher end of our expected move. But I'm pulling higher than the expected move here. I'm pulling it from the smart range on Tanuki Traders 33.5. Okay. Any questions on the defense? I don't play defense like that very often. All I'm doing is taking the exact same trade, just asking for way more credit. Okay, so what that trade will do is, if we do the math on that, if I have a trade in, so let's say I do the 7665. I'll just put the same thing. So it's a sell 7665 call, buy 7685 call with a 7520 put and a 7520 or 7500 put. So $2 credit, right? So that's $18 risk for $2 credit. So if I add defense to that, my defense would be I'm taking $18 credit, which gives me $2 risk. What that does is a net position. So this is, let's say this is, daily profit play. So DPP, daily profit play. And over here, we'll call this one DPP defense. Okay, what's my net position? Net position. Let's say that these both get filled. What's the total credit that I just pulled in? If I pull in $2 credit here and $18 credit here, I just pulled in $20, right? Okay. If I did 2 bear call spreads at 20 wide each, what's my total risk? $40. This now becomes a 1-to-1 trade, and I'm going to split this down the middle. So my break-even price, so I have $20 credit, a $10 break-even credit, and again, this is to the upside, so my break-even credit is going to be 7675 or lower equals profit. And then 7630 or higher. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 7610 or higher equals profit. So if I take this, again, this hasn't filled, right? If this defense does get filled for $18, we are going to see price up into these highs. Okay. Like price is going to have to be probably close to like 76.80 for this trade to get filled. I hope it doesn't get filled. Or if it does, obviously I want a very, nasty reaction to the downside where we get filled at $18. This thing comes crashing back down to 7655, 7650, and we just make, $2,000 on the day. But what's important is if I take this trade, this one has lower risk to higher reward. This defense trade would have much higher reward to risk, but because it's the combination, it basically works out to be a 1-to-1 trade, but it does help my break-even price quite a bit. So as long as price stays below 7675, we'd be in good shape. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm going to do for defense right now. That's it. Let's see. Here. God, I mean, it's tempting just to throw a couple more bucks at it, but it's like there's so much risk here. If we have more upside risk, it's like I've got to play defense on this. So I've got defense here for $18. We'll see if it fills. Otherwise, I've pulled in, $3 of credit that I'll kind of manage on the day. I don't think that a put spread over here, like 60 by 80, like this is a butterfly spread. I mean, this is $2 and it's an expensive defense trade. So the broken wing maybe still be a little bit better. 60 by 75. I mean, it's still going to cost me $1 to go 15 wide. It's going to cost me, is that right? 30. I mean, that's crazy, dude. I go 20 by 30 on a broken wing. It's going to cost me $2.20 to play defense. No thanks. So it's like 15 wide is still pricey. Like that's a 15 wide profit trap. That's not even enough to cover a 20 wide iron condor. So I don't want to take that trade. I'm just going to stack in, like hoping that these levels stay within the expected move. Max loss it'd be a full, so it'd be $18 and $2, right? So my full risk would be 18 and 2. So I'm max risk at $2,000, but I'm also max gain at $2,000 as long as price is below 7675 by the end of the day. So if we are at 7675, that means that price is up here we are getting 2 days in a row beyond the expected move. We don't see that very often. Like, that's part of the reason I'm a bit more aggressive on this is like, I don't think we're going to have another, I mean, this wasn't even like, oh, it was just a little inefficient. This was not even close. Like, this literally went double the expected move, if not more, and finished, 40, 50 points above our expected move. So not even close to touching efficiency yesterday. So again, my hope is that today, like yesterday, dealers would have been rolling risk to today, keeping things relatively contained. Okay. Double up 1245. I mean, that can't be right. I'm taking a double up trade, looking for, $6 out of an $8 trade, right? 650 out of an $8 trade. It's not filling. What's it offering right now? I'll look at Flashpoint here in a moment. XSP right now, the trade is showing about 470. I want 650. Yeah, I mean, so it's getting closer. That would put us up to a 7665. I mean, I'll take my chances on the trade. If we get filled and price still falls back down, we should make some money there. For that trade to be wrong, price has to stay above 7.6, like basically 7.66. Actually, not even. We'll have a break even at like 7.66.50. So let's just let it marinate. If you take the trade now, you are getting slightly better than a 1-to-1. If you get the trade for 445, you're risking 355 to make 445. What do you need price to do? You need price to basically, still settle, calculate your break even. If you take the trade and accept it at 60, it'd be 764.45. I'm trying to take in that like calculated move, that gap adjusted move to about 766 or 767 and pull in the credit, see if there's a reaction there. Evie, I don't know how you're getting 650 credit on that trade. Is anybody anywhere close to 650 credit on an XSP double up trade? Like I'm at 490 max. I'm at 490, 495. To pull an extra $1.50 out of that, I don't know how that's possible. I'm not doing butterflies yet. Okay. Does it look like a pin trade? Sure. Like right now, it does. 7650 looks like an attractive pin. Is it going to stay there all day? I have no idea. It could. It might. If you want to play it, I mean, going like 15 to 20 wide, that's your zone. I mean, it's a good leading gamma, but it's so early in the day at 9:46. It's like I don't know. So I'm not going to call that as a pin yet. Yeah, I'll get a waterfall alert out, Jeff. I'm just going to put another one probably out into November, December. I might bump it up a little bit as far as our strikes go, just because we're so close to all-time highs. But yeah, I'll just get an alert out for waterfall. All right. So we will see how the day plays out. Offering about 485 on double ups right now. I'm not taking the trade for less than 650. I'd almost like to be very stingy or stubborn and say, don't even take less than 7. So risk $1 to make $7. I'd kind of rather take that trade. But I don't know if we'll get filled there. So 650 if we get filled, I'm comfortable risking $1.50 to make 650. Yeah, Donna, there'll be a masterclass this week. Yeah, just travel stuff got thrown off. I mean, flying Friday to Monday was a bit crazy. But yeah, we'll do I've got a strategy class for newsbreakers today. We will do a 1 p.m. class. I know it's been switched a couple of times, but I've got meetings and stuff that popped up. So if you're in my newsbreakers course, we have another pretty big earnings week. So 1 p.m., we'll do another strategy class today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Diamond members will have a class. I think I put one in for Friday. I think Friday at noon, or we'll do like a Friday 11:30. I'll figure it out. I always have a live like a live lunch money show at 12:30, so it might be better to do it like 1 o'clock or do it 11:30. I don't care. It's just whatever spot works best. But we'll plan on a Friday live class for Diamond Club, and then a strategy class today at 1 p.m. for Newsbreakers. Okay. I sent this message out for engineered options this morning. I'm not chasing because I wasn't in the office yesterday and this market ripped up the way that it did. I'm not chasing participation. So I want to see if price, I mean, maybe it has no interest in coming back whatsoever. But the day started here, which was a gap up from last week's close. I'm just going to play a break even and defense and see what price does. If price goes up like this, okay, then I missed the trade. But after being up, 1+% yesterday, it's like I'm not chasing participation. I'll just see if price can come back to us and still finish with a break even or better. Okay. So I've got pending orders in Telegram for engineered options. Waterfall income, I'll get pending orders up as well. And we'll see what the day gives us. I just have the one iron butterfly and double ups. It's just one iron butterfly. And we're getting close. I mean, it's trading at 490 right now. I'm asking for more premium. So if we push to the upside, if we push towards the higher end of this expected move, I mean, if we hit 7664, that's going to be very close to getting filled for that 650 credit on the iron butterfly. Mike, you're saying it's at 5 right now, mid fives. I'm back down. It's 5 right now for me. Right at 5. We'll see. All right. Let me contemplate some more defense today. So I've got about $3 of credit to work with. I might go pretty far out of the money here and see what this is going to cost me. Maybe if I'm just like dead wrong. I mean, that trade even sucks. It's like, but this covers my butt in a pinch. If I'm, risking $18 and I've got a 20 wide, it's like if we get another, move to the round numbers, I don't really have the gamma to support that. Are we going to 7,700 today? It's like this is call wall 5. There's no real gamma up here, but like this expected move, I mean, it could still press. We'd have to get through all of this at 7650, but it's like we're there. 7652, we're there. So just makes me want to see if this market's going to respect our, process this morning. 80. Maybe I'll adjust this. What's this trading for? It just seems like excessive, man. I don't know if it's like the put price is just so violent, but 77, 20 wide. I mean, that cuts my profit in half, but does give me a decent chunk of defense to manage risk. I mean, I could do this. That's 15 wide. So $3. This still gives me about $2 net on the day. I mean, the probability of this trade being profitable is pretty slim. I don't know. I'm going to hold off right now. The goal is that it closes below 766. So if you're looking for XSP, I'm expecting price to hopefully close below 766. Or if you're on SPX, I want price to close below 7664. That's based on the expected move. I mean, there's a couple of butterfly possibilities: 7650, 7630. I just don't know if the market's going to do anything. Either one, just more drifty upside, or maybe this is an area that it pins. Not sure yet. Yeah, but you're pulling in credit on that. Remember, if you have a iron butterfly at 760, but you're pulling in 650, it's 760 plus the credit. So my break even price is 766.50. As long as price is below that, I don't have any risk on this trade if it gets filled. So ideally, yes. I mean, if we came back down to 760 to close, that's perfect, because that is the pin price on the iron butterfly. That'd be worth $650 a contract. That's a great trade. But if it just stays below 766.50, let's say we close at 763, you just made $350. You're only risking $1.50 on this trade per contract. So anything below this, I mean, we need price to basically finish 1 to 2 points lower, and we'll have almost 100% return. Okay. All right. So let's see what this mofo does on the day. I might, for peace of mind, I might do this butterfly spread that's 20 wide here. That's $1.50. I don't really like that for a debit. I can do this defense 20 wide for $1.20. Still brings me to $1.80 on the day. I mean, I don't think we're going to finish or pin at 7,700, but probably better safe than sorry. Because what would that be from a gap yesterday? If we have another push up towards 7,700, that's the market up another 1.3% on top of like a 1.4% yesterday. Actually, more because of the gap. So yesterday, market was up 1.5%. Can we match that again today? That puts us at 1.3%. All right, this trade is cheap enough. I think I'm just going to take this butterfly for peace of mind. I'll still get like $200 on the day. Let's try this for like a 105 or 110. You don't have to take this trade. This is a low probability trade. This just helped me mitigate some risk in case we're getting like some stupid upside today. So I'm going to sacrifice some of my daily profit play. So you might get out of here for $1.10 or $1.15. All right, just filled for $1.10 on some defense. Ugh. That's annoying because it's probably not going to help at all. But I do have some stacked up risk. If price is going to be greater than 7,665 or 7,670 today, I mean, I have to have some defense out here. And that's why I'm also putting in those higher credits. So $18 is a $2 risk, right? Give me a low risk trade. Increase my break even a little bit. See if the market respects the range. So my little bold prediction on the day is that we are going to finish the day less than 7,660. That's my prediction. Doesn't mean I'm right. I have no idea. But that's what I'm playing. So as long as we stay below 7,665, we're in good shape for daily profit play. What would be amazing would just be if price comes back to where we started, or even comes back to fill this gap. I might cancel that shitty defense trade I just took and try to reduce that, to like maybe I lose 50 cents out of the dollar, and then see how much profit I'm already in for the daily profit play. Defense to the downside, I'm not playing any bottom defense because my spread is way down here at 7,520. We'd have to have an absolute madness dump today if that's going to be the case. Again, yeah, look. Remember, this move yesterday is very much an outlier. We do this stuff every single day, right? Every single day. So when a market is way, way, way off base from an expected move, it usually doesn't do this multiple times in a row. Okay. All right, let me get some labels here. So, $1.80. This is a full call spread. So 7665, 665 by 85. 70 by 90. 7670. Okay, I'm going to be careful how I organize this. 7520, 7500, 7675, and 95. Okay, where's my butterfly here? 7685, 7705, 7725. Okay. All right. So collectively, this is what I need to watch on the day between these three trades. And this is a bit messy for me this morning, but I need to make sure that on the day, this number, this number, this number is showing a positive number. If it's a positive number, should be profit on the day. So we'll see. I think I might be close to maybe a little bit too aggressive on the stacking of bear call spreads when this market's like, we want to go higher. So I'll see if I'm right on the finish. But if I still get filled with those higher credits, like an $18 credit makes his daily profit play. I mean, it's not low risk, but it makes it where I'm risking 2,000 to make 2,000. So we will see where the day finishes. But man, it'd be nice to think that the market is not just a runaway market to the upside. So let's find out. All right, we'll see. Jeez, man. Well, call me silly for all-time highs. And it's not just like, oh, we breached 7620. I'm trying to short it. It's like we're, 30, 40, 50 points above the all-time highs after two surges. And this run. This market's nuts, man. I mean, this turnaround is pretty darn impressive. We're almost at $6. Okay, good. This market from that FOMC, I mean, look at this thing respond. Ridiculous. I mean, it didn't quite work out with the perfect timing of like July 31st turnaround, but this was the 29th. By the 30th and 31st, I mean, we took back this entire decline, took back all of FOMC. This market is now a turnaround of 4.83% in 5 trading days. That is aggressive, man. All right. So taking on some heat with daily profit play. I accept it. It's not going to be fun if I get blown out to the upside. This is why I'm playing defense at 7,700. It's just to try to mitigate some of the risk. Okay, see if this will take. All right. So my plan is hopefully 85.05 there. This defense trade. I mean, I've got $2,000 with. I'm definitely risking a couple grand around that 65 and 70 handle. So my, again, my hope for the day is that we will stay and maybe still have this pin level at 7650. But as the day is unfolding, could we have a 7675? Could we have a 7700? These are, candidates that might creep up a little bit throughout the morning. This still looks like a good pin price, potentially, right at a call wall, all these levels. That's a maybe. I know that. So the defense that I took, Aggie, is I did a 7705 and a 7685 and a 7620 or 7725. So I'm playing a butterfly spread up here. Oops. I'm playing a butterfly spread for defense here. That cost me $1.10. So that's $18.90 a potential profit for $1.10 risk. Like that's defense right now. The other ones I'm still putting in the high credit, low risk, high credit daily profit play. So I mean, is it possible that we hit 7,700? Sure. At this point, anything's freaking possible. So, I might get myself in trouble where I was stacking up trades too aggressively right at that expected move. Wanting to see the market respond to an efficiency day versus what we saw yesterday. So I'm going to make a note in Telegram. Freaking Telegram. There. So Telegram for daily profit play. All right. 7664 is the expected move box high based on a 33.5. Based on a 33.50. Price is already testing that area. I'm adding a 77. It's a 7685. And again, if I'm taking these trades and you want to follow along, you want to come to the loony bin with me, like we've got to accept there's risk here. This is a low risk trade. 8-4 expiration. I'm buying 7685. 7705. And I'm essentially going to be like 5 points off. I'm looking to kind of pin this thing around the zeros, but it's 20 wide. So 7725. So $1.10 to $1.50 debit for max risk defense. Ideally, price respects the highs for the day to not push 2 days inefficient. But I recognize This market is loving the upside right now. So we're going to find out. Did XSP didn't fill yet. It's got to be close. We're at 625 right now in XSP. So it's close. I mean, if you think we can get to 770 today or 767 today, I mean, you can try to tweak this to $7 credit, risk 1 to make 7. I'll take the 650 if it fills. So maybe another, 5 or 10 points this one should fill. Okay, market for the day is already, oops. I think my mouse might be failing on me. We're already at 0.9%. Good Lord. Come on, dealers. Come on, efficiencies. Don't be buttholes. I don't know, Roy. I mean, it's pricey. I wouldn't take the trade unless it's, I mean, how much money do you have on the daily profit play? Because I'm asking because right now it's like if daily profit play got filled for $2 or $3, look, the reality of today's price action is right now, daily profit play is at risk, right? So up here, if I have defense that helps make this no loss, like all this risk, if it's minimal loss right here, so I can wash this. I mean, there's a decision in the day where it's like, if I have risk on the day, my plan B is to minimize as much of that risk as possible. That's my plan. So, yes, winning the day is great, but if I'm going to get in trouble right here at 7665 and this market wants to go higher, my goal is minimize some of the damage. So I'm fine with minimizing damage if it looks like I'm dead wrong at 65. Now, if the market is up here all morning and, messes around, goes a little bit higher, and then comes back, I mean, I'd love to see the market finish inside of this for the day. And that way, yesterday's blow off top is, still corralled today. But it just doesn't seem to want to stop. So, like I said, I could be taking on a bit more heat today, kind of being aggressive on the upside, and maybe that's going to bite me. Jose says SPX up and VIX up as well. Wow, VIX just jumped to 16.2. That is interesting. Well, let's see if that correlates in some way. I don't know. I mean, again, what I can read is here's my gamma profile, here's my tape of the day. Our front runner pin candidate is still looking more encouraging at 7650, but 75 and 7700 are also sprouting up with additional gamma, possibly additional absolute gex, but that's kind of my three levels I'm watching. So if I'm greater than 7665, I need to have some type of defense to mitigate that risk. So all I'm doing for daily profit play is the 20 wide for $2. Okay. The 20 wide for $18 and a defense trade at 7,700 for right now. That way, if I get into a lot of trouble, this max risk is $2,000. this max profit is $1,800, or like, I guess I got in the fill for like $1,890. So, I mean, I can wash a lot of this upside risk if I'm wrong. Now, again, I still need price to cooperate and not really, blow through 7,700, but that type of risk mitigation, certainly helps offset $2,000 by walking away. Maybe even if I walk away with like 1,000 or 1,500, I can accept a few $100 loss. What I'm trying to avoid is just getting like everything dead wrong today. 630. Okay, we're getting close on XSP. We're at 640 right now. I mean, come on, dealers. You're just going to roll this shit 2 days in a row? Wow. That is call wall 5. It is crazy. What strategy philosophy do you think the market makers are adopting? I mean, they're just rolling. I mean, if the market makers are rolling, like all they'd be doing is they're buying calls to hedge their sell calls. If they have like, sell calls here on those expected move levels, they're just buying calls to offset it. So if we finish inefficient again today, it's the same thing, more than likely. I mean, look, we've seen this stuff enough times where I've not seen this happen more than 2 days in a row. Now, could today be that second day in a row? Yep, sure. And so we get, blown out yesterday. Maybe it's a blowout today. My goal is now like it's risk management. I'm trying to minimize some of the damage. I'd still love to see price come back down and be inside this yellow or this the shaded zone before the day is done. All right, 650 got filled on double ups. Crazy. All right. I'm going to try one more trade on double ups here. It's going to be low risk, but I'm going to use the 760. I'm going to go out to the 772 and the 748. I'm going to use the same strikes. Okay. So this one may not fill, but I'm going to go 12 and ask for 10. Actually, I'm going to go 13 and ask for 11. So 760 by 773, 760 by 747. That's 13 wide. Give me 11. So I'm going to risk 2 to make 11. And that's optional. Now, if we start to head back down to 7,650 from here, or lower, of course, awesome. I mean, we have a low risk trade on double ups anyway. Risking 150 to make 650, certainly not the end of the world if we lose. But I'm going to try to pair that with something a little bit, more credit. And again, like low risk. I'm risking 2 to make 11. So double ups. Adding a similar. All right, so we got filled. So 650 credit. 150 max risk. XSP break even is 766.50. If price finishes lower, we'll see profit. I'm adding a kind of blow off and see inefficiency backup trade. XSP 84 760 773 760, 747, $11 credit, $2 risk, pending, good for a day. Okay, we'll see how it plays out. All right, there's still a lot of trading left. This market just seems like it doesn't give a funyun about anything other than trying to melt up. I mean, this move does make me pretty darn nervous. So it's like, what is this? Everyone's talking about the blow off top. I don't know, man. This is crazy. I mean, maybe everyone's subscribed to Tom Lee. Like, we're going to 7,800. Maybe we are. But he also talked about a bear market crash at the same time and then another recovery. So we'll see, man. Second condor filled for $18. Did it? Who got filled for that 18? Yeah, I've got the 70 by 90. I've got showing like $10. The 65 by 85. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's look at this. So if you're 65 by 85, God, this is a mess right now. 65 by 85 and using the put spread's worthless at this point. Like, it's zero, right? You're not getting anything out of the put spread. But if I want 20, it's trading for 950. Like, if this one sets at 18, we still have a ways to go. So if it lingers, if it's higher, lingers here at 85 or 90, it might fill at 18. The good thing is it's low risk. It's $2. I still need to see price fall. Right? I still need to see price fall. If I get filled at $18, my break even is 7,675. Okay. So if price is beyond that, I'm taking on the full $20 of risk, which is why I'm playing defense above that at 77. So right now in real time, you're watching. My plan today is to manage risk. Because right now, this day is a little gnarly to the upside. We've already breached the expected move. But the day is not done. I'm telling you, we've done this so many times. It's like, if I'm making a bold prediction today, I'm saying that I think the market is still going to close below 7,665 today. If it doesn't, I'm hoping that defense I have around 7,700 or 7,705 will help wash away some of the risk. Now, if it's up for the day and back down, great. Right? The hard part is, and this is what's difficult about 0DT anytime this happens, if the market is up for the entire day and closes near the highs, or the market is down the entire day and closes near the lows, that is not allowing for a ceiling or a floor to have any reactionary price action. So if it's up, closing at the highs, or down, closing at the lows, there is no ceiling and there is no floor. So for that day's expiration, those are the most difficult trades to take. Okay? And it happens. But it's rare. Like, going like this is rare one day, let alone 2 days. Okay, but can it happen? Yes. I mean, I'm sure everyone right now in Daily Profit is like, oh my God, there's so much risk. Yeah, it doesn't feel good right now. But I'm going to ride this crap out, and we'll see if we can survive the day. Hopefully the goal is mitigate risk. All right, so let's see what happens. All right, I'll keep an eye on this stuff today. and go to, since we're up today, it's like I can put in Flashpoint, but the market's gonna have to absolutely tank. XSP, this one got filled. This is double ups. So keep an eye on this. I mean, realistically, since we're risking $1.50, if double ups today, just for piece, for management style, if this is greater than $150 profit, we're at 100% return on risk. I'm not at all offended by just taking profit. So, I mean, this is a maybe, but if we're going to go up to 60, or I guess 7,700 today on SPX, which would be about 770 on XSP, like this trade is going to lose. My risk is under control. It's very small, but I don't know where price is going to finish today. Okay. So we'll see what happens. The day isn't done. This market can go, 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 come back in, finish inside the box, and we'll just wipe our brow and be like, wow, what a stupid move. We thought we were going to have 2 inefficient days in a row, and we didn't. Cool. We still win. If the market's going to go up here, come back and stay up and go higher, yeah, there's risk. I have risk above 7,665, 77, I guess 7,670, and I'm trying to now manage that risk. Do I have any evidence to suggest that we should be going well beyond that? I mean, not really. That's probably about as high as I think price should be closing today, is like 7,700. But we have the 7,675. We have the 7,650. I still think that this level is important. 7,650. All these labels, all the absolute GEX. I'd like to see if we can, come back and kind of settle in there. I mean, settling lower would be great. There's such a wide space between the call side and the HVL. I mean, it'd still be positive gamma, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, the market's like, why pull back? Why pull back at all? Are we filled on the flashpoints? No, there's no pain today. Market's straight up. There's no flashpoint trade. So it'll be a pending order. Where's the flashpoint level? Flashpoint today, the market's going to have to drop to 7,524 or 7,483. We're so far above that. Not even close. So putting in flashpoint today, odds of filling are very low, especially with the gap up, especially with the surge higher. I mean, this market went up 40 points today, right? We gapped up and went up. So odds of flashpoint filling today, I'd say it's not going to fill. Pending order's fine, but probably not going to fill. Greg says XSU Butterfly is a debit of $6. No. If you do 760 sell, 760 sell, buy the 73. Which one are you talking about? I'm looking. So the first trade, I'll do this. So the first trade, sell, buy, and buy, is trading for 648 credit. You sell the body, you buy the wings. It's $8 even on the wings, right? So 760 to 768, 760 to 752. It's an iron butterfly. It's trading for 640. We got filled at 650. The second trade I'm adding to that is I'm still selling the 760s, but I'm going wider, $13 and $13 to ask for 11. If I get filled at 11, sell the 760s. That's a call and a put. I buy the 773 call. I buy the 747 put. I get $11 credit. It's not filled yet, but if it gets filled, it's $2 risk for $1,100 profit. That break-even price would put me up to 771. So if price is 771 or lower, it's profitable. Okay. So the day is not done. We will see, where dealers, market makers, liquidity providers want to take this thing. If it's just straight up rip to the upside, It is what it is, man. It's one day that I take a loss and I claw back. It's not the first time I've taken a losing trade. But if I can wash away as much risk as possible, great. That's my plan B, is try to wash away some risk. So we'll see what happens. Microsoft calendar spread. I say we just hang on to it. I mean, again, it looks like trash. It's like you can close it. Are you going to save much risk if you close it right now? Probably not. But if somehow this thing turns for any reason, a gap fill, if it turns at all, then we might have a chance. What's Meta at right now? Meta's got to be looking better for us, yeah? What's Meta? Today's Meta price has to be better for us on newsbreakers. Now it's up about 68%. Now this trade could get better going into the end of the week. Let me just build this one out really quickly. I know we saved it. Oops. Yeah, same. Like all the trades that are calendar spreads, if they're not in profit, you got time in case price comes back and cooperates. But I know Meta, let me build this one out. So models, Meta newsbreakers. Right now, Meta is trading live at 583. This is live today. Let's see. I mean, if we think that Meta could go a little bit higher, if we can hold on to this to tomorrow, look at Wednesday morning. I mean, Wednesday morning, this trade is now over 100%. I'm going to let it ride. I mean, holding on to Wednesday, it's like if we're still in this area, Meta looks pretty good. I mean, if we hold this from Wednesday into Thursday morning, like by Thursday, this could be an amazing trade. By Thursday morning, around opening bell, I mean, we could have a 200% winner. So I think that's worth it to then help offset some of the, if we lose on a Microsoft or lose on an Apple, that's defined risk. But if we can walk away 200% on a trade, I mean, we wash away a lot of that risk. No, Tom, I just did a standard butterfly. I did a 77.05 20 wide. Okay. Vladi, you close it out for a profit. Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on this one because if we're coming back into like the 590 zone, like 590, 595, we set a chart alarm here. So we come back to like 590. 590, keep an eye on that. 595, it's coming back in our wheelhouse. So, I mean, time is friendly for us, which is good. All right. Moses, I see your comment there. This current market seems difficult to trade. It's just me. No, man. I mean, look, I'll just list like, why is this market challenging to trade? Okay. It is basically a start, stop, and Trump driven, on off surges. Difficult to time and know, right? I mean, realistically, Trump has been responsible for more upside risk than anything else. His ability to de-escalate the Middle East and the market rips up. Look, one of the most challenging things for me as a trader that likes to trade efficiency is dealers and plus minus moves are built for a reason. I trust them far more on indexes like the S&P versus individual stocks. Okay, now do they still work in individual stocks? Yes, that's why there's IV rank. That's why there's implied volatility. All that stuff still works. But the market makers and the speculation on options, SPX is one of the purest options tools there is. Okay, And so inside of my expected move, even with how I find it in the broker platform, in my smart range feature for Tanuki trade with a pre-market, end of day, live price trading. Okay, futures up, futures down. I make it gap adjusted. I take the highest number I can find. The one thing that bothers me, the one thing that's been challenging for me in this environment is that the upside risk has happened way more than I expected. Like, we're worried about downside risk. Dude, this market has been like, well, upside says plus 30 and the market's going to go 60, 70, 80 points today. What the F? The VIX is at 16, which shows like a 1% move and it goes up 1.5%. What the heck? Like, that's why this stuff is calculated. There's a math and probabilities to trading options. So all this is like, it's rare that we're getting these levels wrong, like way wrong. But does it happen? Yeah, it does happen. And so the goal is manage risk. And today could be challenging. If price does not come back down to 65 or lower, I'm going to have to manage risk. And so why am I not like throwing a bunch of butterflies out at 76.50? Because we might pin at 7,700. That might be the pin today. And before I commit to that and throw another like $2, $3 at it, I just kind of want to see how this evolves. Like if we're up here and this looks like a possible pin, okay, fine. But I don't want to sit here and get super heavy on like throw a trade. I've already got a lot going on this morning, right? We've got double ups running. I've got multiple daily profit plays in defense. My goal is just to kind of hang out and see what happens. Is the day going to respond to any of this? Right? I mean, we closed yesterday. Where? We closed yesterday at 7,600. We are 73 plus points higher than that. Is this baked into the market? Not really. From opening bell with our plus minuses, with our gap adjusted moves, I mean, dealers are essentially doing a terrible job other than they're just hedging their books. They don't care about prices or levels. They care about their delta. They're delta neutral. And if they have too much exposure and the flows are aggressively bullish, they're just going to buy calls. So if this level still becomes like the front runner pin price on the day, then whatever this thing does and closes, fine, great. We still win daily profit play. But if it wants to stay up here for the entire day, it might be a 7,700. I don't know. So, like I said, right now, I'm accepting the risk I've got on the table. I'm going to try to do my best to manage it. If I take a net loss on the day, okay, fine. But one thing I do know is that I will survive. And whether I win today or lose today, I'll figure out how to get it back. If I win, awesome. We dodged a bullet. But if I lose today, I'm going to manage risk. So if price is here or lower, we're fine. If price comes into this profit trap, I'm going to box this in. So 85 to 25. If price is in this window, there's a decent amount of risk management that will help today. Right? Like that 77.05, even if I'm not spot on, if it's a 7,700 today, pinning, well, it's going to be like a what? Be 18 minus 5. It'd be like a $1,300 winner. That offsets some of that $1,800 I have at risk. Can I survive the day? Sure. Anytime a loss for me, if I keep losses under $1,000, like manageable. I take those $2,000, $3,000 losses. It stings a little bit more, but I certainly know how to get it back. It just takes some time. I need 3, 4, 5 days to grind it back out, and I'll get it back most likely. Sean says June was my best month ever. July was my worst month ever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's at the end of the day, it's trading is trading. Like, do you want to how are you surviving? Like, what made June good? What made June bad or July bad? Like, June, for all intents and purposes, was like a very difficult month overall. It's like June was rough. It's like we had drawdowns in June. July sucked because at the end of the month the market was down, 3%. And then the early push in August, it's like we're at all-time highs. I mean, did anybody think that FOMC day below the one severe close below the 50-day moving average, that this market was going to turn the way that, like, this is a head fake, man. Look at this thing. We're at 77. It's like this market's just like, F you. Oh, you want to short us? No. So, look, if you're trading short-term stuff, it is a grind. Every day is a grind. If you're playing the big picture, this is all noise, and the big picture is still what? Still cooperating. This market's still going higher. I mean, has semiconductors made a huge run to the upside? Like, this is all happening without a ridiculous recovery. I mean, the Nasdaq's recovering, sure. But is this in semiconductors? Is this in AI? Like, these stocks still suck. They're off the lows, but this isn't what is driving it. Like, what is driving this? Max. Like, great recovery on Mag 7. Even though we have Apple down, can Apple come back and gap fill? Maybe it does. Our calendar spread and newsbreakers could still win. Meta is looking better. If it just stays here and we get another nudge to the upside at like 590 or 595, getting back up into this area is actually looking quite good for us. I mean, this pin is 595. If we get to 600, we're still fine. So if there's any more upside movement here going into like Wednesday or Thursday, our meta trade is going to continue to look better and better. If our percentages grow, it offsets some risk and we can still walk away profitable. Okay. Alejandro says, at what point do you consider closing? If you don't want to be in the trade, then close it, dude. I'm not going to sit here and babysit. It's like, I accept the risk. I know I've got a shit ton of risk on the day. I accept that if price is not below 7665, I'm not making much. I'm not making much money today. I'm probably going to have to manage risk. If you're nervous about it, don't take the trade and close it. Take the loss. And what you'll kick yourself for after is, oh, it did finish below 7665. Or if it didn't, you're happy you got out with a small loss. Because right now you have time in the trade and it's not the end of the world. So if I went 7665 by 85, I mean, right now that trade for $2 to $3 is down like $700-800. That is a survivable chunk if you lose on the day. $700-800, make it up in 3, 4, 5 days, no problem. But if you let it go all the way to $1,800 and you kick yourself, it's like, look, I'm not going to manage your emotions. I know I've got a lot of risk on the table today. I'm probably risking about $3,000. Okay. If I'm wrong, and I'm wrong on everything, I accept that risk. If I can find a way to salvage some defense and salvage a smaller loss, cool. I survive. If I can salvage a win today, even better. I had a game plan, right? Yesterday was such a ridiculous blowout move. The game plan was, maybe we won't blow out the upside again today. Well, looks like we're trying to. So I don't know how the day is going to close. But if you don't like your daily profit rate today, get out. Salvage a loss. Take $700-800 loss, get out. Survive and live the trade another day. I'm going to try. And again, like, my backup plan is like, I'm going to get a little bit more. There's going to be smaller risk here, but it's like, I'm going to try maybe another pin around 7,700. Let's see. 7,700, 80, 20. I mean, if I do that pin right there, it's like, it's not bad. Like, I'm risking 445 to make 1555. Now, Could I make up for that with my credits that I pulled in? 3, 6. I mean, the answer is yes. So I have, let's see, $3, $6. I have $10 worth of credit today on Iron Condors. So if I'm dead right, I've got $10 to show for it. If I take this trade, and it's way more expensive than what it was before. It was $1.10 earlier. Now it's $4.45. That's a 20 wide defense trade with a pin at 7,700. This trade could still lose if I'm way off. Like the markets have to be up to 77.16 today for me to lose. But if I take this trade, I'm going to do this for defense. This is more of like a risk management decision. I'll take the 450 debit and try to butterfly my way to some type of assistance. Son of a biscuit, dude. $467. All right. I just put a defensive trade in for 470 debit. I'm only taking that because I have enough credit on the table. If we stay below 7,665, I'll still make $1,000. I'll eat that, and I'll still make $400 or $500 in net. If I'm dead wrong, we're going to push up towards the 7,700 today. I'm hoping I've got enough butterfly spreads to offset as much of this risk as possible. Okay. So look, the lesson here is like, this is where trading gets a little challenging. Like, I come into this stuff every single day. I do this stuff with a very detailed game plan. And you can see that in a 0-day environment, you don't have a lot of time to do anything other than accept the risk, play defense to manage the day, and that's trading. Like, I'm not going to roll all this crap and be like, oh, maybe it goes down tomorrow. That's stupid. If we gap up again tomorrow, I'd rather have a clean slate and trade the day as it is versus trying to roll a shitty position from today into tomorrow. But what I can do is I can try to survive the day. Okay. So right now I have about $4,000 in defense trades that if we're hanging out and pinning around 4,000, I've got a fighting chance to wash away a lot of that risk. To make my life easier, I'd still love price to fall below 7,665 or 7,670 today and just survive the day. That would make my life way easier. But if we're going to push up to the zeros and try to get to 77, it's like that's a market up another 100 points today. All right, daily profit lay. I'm posting. All right, I'm posting another defense trade. Today is officially manage risk mode because the market for now is above the 7,664 expected move high. So I'm buying 7,680, 7,700, 7,720. And right now it's trading for like 480. I got in for a 470 debit. Max risk, and that would be 1,530 potential profit. I'd pay up to $5 debit, which is what it's there now. Okay. And again, it may not be pretty. It may be a cluster, like it just might be a huge mess today of like, well, where's Chris's trades at? They're all over the place. But I clearly stacked up pretty aggressively at 7,665. And so now, if this is incorrect for the day, let's say that we're not even close to this level. Well, I need to get as much profit out of this window as I can. So if I've got a pin at 7,700, 7,750, this might be enough to offset some of this, and just kind of come out of here like manageable risk. I don't know how the day's going to finish, but here, look at this call wall. It just freaking switched. Call wall now 7,700. Potential pin price. And I'm not doing that to like justify my trades. I'm saying that's the defense that, okay, Here we go. If we still finish at 75, I'll probably survive the day. If we finish at 70 or lower, way better. If we get all the way back down here to 77 or 76.50, makes life a lot easier. Okay. So we'll see. Double ups. Yep, still running. Double ups. I mean, from the 8Y that we did, right now, look at this thing. That trade for 8 wide is now showing over $7. So risk one to make 7. But if price finishes at 770 today, still loss, right? So I'm putting this one as a potential backup plan if we can get this thing to stretch a little bit higher. I mean, that second order is hanging out for like $8. I'm still going to hold. I'm going to be firm and just say, like, look, fill me at 11. I'll risk 2 to make 11. See if the market responds in any way, shape, or form. Okay. I'd say that the most challenging part about today is going to be if this market is going to go up for the day. Let me use a different color. If the market's going to go up for the day and stay up here, that is 2 days in a row that are very, very, very difficult to trade for 0 DTE. Why? If you trade efficiencies with me, which I do this every single day, okay, this move sucks because it's not even close to the expected move. This move sucks because it's not even close to the expected move. And if it gets there and then doesn't react with some type of retreat, if it doesn't get defended, well, there's your worst case scenario. Which is why I continue to talk about how important risk management is. With whatever happens today, I accept it. It's not fun to lose. I don't want to lose. But if I lose today, I'm still going to do my best. So I know that I've got a decent amount of defense, basically from 80. So from right now, about 80 to 25. And the closer I am to the center of this, the more ideal that pin price is because I'm pinned at 7,700 and 7,705. But if we, I mean, again, I don't know. If we hit 77 and stay higher, higher, higher all freaking day, okay, then this market doesn't give a crap. I mean, look at this thing. If we're hitting 77, we're right up 1.3%. That's a pretty substantial move. Could it happen? Of course. Could the market pull back to where we started the day? Sure. That'd be lovely at this point. But I don't know the result. Okay. The game plan was, I'll go into today's opening price. This is exactly what I plan every single day, and it usually works. But here's the day. Here's 9:30 today. So we're trading live at 7632. Okay. And if you look at the gamma profile, okay, plus minus 32 on the morning, plus minus 29, plus minus 23. Like, did anyone think we're going to move 60, 70 points today? No. Like, it's not here. It's not in the option chain. So why did I choose 7665? Well, based on this level, based on a plus minus 33.5, maybe that's going to be like the high of the day. Fast forward to now, where are we at? Looks very different. This prep in the morning is usually not incorrect, and we are way above it. The smart range right now, which is live, is way above it. So it's kind of worst case scenario. You're planning for a market efficiency, you're not getting it. This is live. So we're 82. Could we pin today at 77? Sure. Could we fall back down to 75? Maybe. A big surprise, but a great surprise would be falling back down to 76.50. We opened at 7630. So we'll see how the day finishes, man. You know, I'm going to do my best to manage some risk. It's that simple. And Bill says tomorrow could be back down 100 points. I mean, sure, all this is true. Like for today, I know that today could be very difficult. And then overnight with futures, we could be up here. And then tomorrow at futures, this thing could be down 50, 60, 100 points. But that doesn't matter. My trades today expire at 4 o'clock. My job is to try to do my best to manage risk or try to muster up a little win if I can. So that's why I don't roll 0DT trades. I just accept the trade. If I want to take it out and bail on it, I can. I can save some time in the trade. I mean, if I want to bail on the initial daily profit play, I cut the risk in half. That's fine, right? And then I hope that I've got enough defense here to offset it. But if I bail on the trade, take that loss, and I don't have defense that pays me, I'm still taking a loss on the day. Like there's still risk. Okay. So yeah, it's a sloppy day. But if I can get price either in this kind of sweet spot zone near the end of the day, I'm probably going to offset a decent amount of risk. If we're coming back down into where we started, the day gets a lot easier. But for my own peace of mind, it'd be nice to know that the market's not going to rip up all day and stay at the highs. Okay. The last time this happened, by the way, would have been, let's go back to SPX here. The last time this happened would have been here, right? Or it would have been here. Like we still made money on these days, but when this market was aggressively up here, this stretch right here gave us like, I want to say we had 2 in a row, but of like, what was it? I want to say like 5 of like 8 days were like at the high of the expected move box. Right? Like 5 of 8 days were like at the highs. And I think we took like 1 loss. But still, it's like, I can't believe that the market was just running that hot, running that inefficient. But it did. And so this is kind of setting up in a similar fashion where it's like, holy shnikes, it's just squeeze galore. And okay, fine. I mean, I know I can't win them all, but I will try my hardest every day to try to figure out how to make some money. And if I lose on the day, I'll figure out how to get it back. But let's see what happens. If the market can give us, 20 points to the downside, cool. If the market's going to give us another 20 points to the upside, great. Defense is awesome. But we'll see what happens. Does your daily profit position depend on market? No. I mean, defense-wise, so defense is I want to see price get to about here and stay here. For my normal daily profit play, I just want to see price back down inside that box. That's all. Oh, double ups. Well, double ups will be here. Let me go. It's probably easier to do this. I'll get a live feed. I mean, 7,700 looks gettable. Let's go XSP. Okay, so I'm going to box this in. I mean, if we don't have a reaction to any type of ceiling today, like we're going to take a small loss in double ups. If we get filled, this is where I'd be happy, is if we get filled on that $11 double ups, 13 wide, $11 credit, we might still win the day. But I'm going to box this thing in. I started at a 760. So let me try to draw a box here. 760. Okay, so we pulled in 650, right? So basically that is my profit on double ups. If we're back below this, if we're inside this box, let me change the color here. So if we're back inside this box, we've got a chance. Okay. If the other one gets filled, that would give us seven. It'd be 771. If we're inside this box, we have a fighting chance. So if that one fills, I mean, I'd say the probability of profit in this one are still pretty darn good. Yeah, Mike, flashpoints out, dude. I told you it's going to be most likely not filled today because price is up, pushing up. There's no pain on the day. You need price to fall to like 75.40 to get filled. So price essentially needs to drop, 140 points today, which is probably not happening. But you can put the trade in pending, like this normal flashpoint routine. It's out like it always is. It's just not going to get filled most likely. Okay, does that make sense in double ups where we are? I mean, this is if we get filled on the second trade. If we just stay in the first one, we need price to be about right here. So, and it's just pushing higher. This market doesn't care about efficiencies right now. Gamma. So 7,700 seems kind of important. Let's see. There's $1,000 profit trap, 10 wide. Okay. I mean, like I said, day isn't done. We shall see. Like to make this just a tiny bit less risk if I can. I might do another 77.05, 25, 85. Gosh darn it, man. If I take this trade and we don't finish near 7,700, I'm essentially like forcing myself to break even on the day. Not the end of the world. Like a break even day on something stupid like this, where it's like the market has no issue in wanting to like just rally all day. Maybe I'll try just a slightly higher spread. So that's 90, 77, 10. F&A cotton. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm honestly at this point, like being down, 20, 25 points, looking at the 7,700 pin price. My best shot at defense and surviving the day is to, stack up some additional butterfly spreads that are all low risk. Like this one is basically a 4-to-1. If I stack this up and we hang out around like 7,700, 7,705, this one still pays. So I'm going to take this one for a 4. Let's see, we get like a 450 debit, 440 debit. There we go. This will be a little bit cheaper. Let's try it. Come on. All right. So I just threw in another defense at 455. So I'm playing some pretty serious defense here. 7,700, 7,705, 7,710. Now, is there risk beyond that? Yeah. Like if this price goes way up here, like, dude, I'm taking I'm taking some heat today. But we started at 7670. No, I'm sorry, 7630. We've already pushed, well beyond the expected move. Again, I get it. Like the market can do whatever it wants. But I am using the evidence that I have at my fingertips to see where we are at for the day. Is 7,700 a viable pin price today? Yes. Okay. Do we go like, back down a little bit and then come back up to it? Do we go through it and come back to it? I don't know. But if I'm stacking up like 4-to-1 trades here, that at least helps offset some of the backwards risk I have for the daily profit iron condors. Lennon, you don't have to take the trade. Like, I'm just telling you, like, when the day is done, I'll let you know if I made money or I didn't. It's that simple. But for me, a $1,500 defense trade or $1,550 defense trade is a lot better than, throwing another $1,000 to $1,500 risk. So I risk 450, okay, but I can make $1,500. That gives me some more defense. So that probably puts me up closer to like $5,000 or $6,000 in defense to offset some of the shittiness of the higher risk of a daily profit play, iron condor. Okay, so again, trying to survive the day. We'll see what happens. I could be dead wrong on all of it. I know I've said it. Can't really drive it home any more than that. Like, I get it. I could be dead wrong. Market's already up from yesterday's close. Market's already up 1.2%. Even with a VIX today, we're already well above a VIX calculated move. Okay. It is what it is. Like this is not easy to know. When you have VIX math, dealer math, plus minus moves, and the market's still ripping to the upside, the argument's like, this is why you just buy. It's like, yeah, no shit. On a day like this, it's like, why would I ever sell? Why would I ever call a top? But there's a reason we have 600 trades that have won, So when this type of day happens, I go from, okay, I recognize the trades are in trouble. Now I'm going to try to defend it. And I'll see how my defense plays. Have I been wrong before where it's like my defense doesn't pay? Yeah, I've taken like double the losses where I have a defense trade plus a daily profit play that still ends up, costing me a few bucks more. But I still am confident I can survive and move on and trade. All right. Double up. Yeah, for that second double up trade, we probably have to be above 770 or 771 to get filled, I think. Let's see what happens. Let's see here for XSP. Yeah, so we're trading around $9 right now. I mean, at $9, you're risking 4 to make 9, but do I think that this is the top? Not really. That's why I'm going after 11. So, I mean, I'd like to see it get filled 11 and then respect that the market's up a ridiculous amount for the day and hopefully cooperate. So just know where we're at. If price is in the middle of this box, I'm going to be pretty happy and I'll survive the day. If price is back down below this black line at 7,665, I'm going to be just fine in the day and I'll make some good profits. Okay, where am I dead wrong? Probably above like 7,725. That's going to be pretty painful if we're up above there and closing above that today. So would I like to see a move on XSP where we get filled and it comes back down? Yeah. Because we can probably have one, if we get that trade filled for $11, okay, if that $11 is showing $9 debit, guess what? We just washed the risk on the other trade and walked away net positive. So, I mean, I hope we get filled on it. Here's this is what I have. 7,700 is my likely pin right now. Now, it was all morning 7,650. Well, now we're above that. Now we have another candidate here at 7675. The bigger pin that's over 100 million, 7700. Yeah, let's see. So, and I'm pinned with 7700, 7705, 7710. So if we pin at 77 today, that's 3 defense trades that should win and help offset some risk. If you want the last one, Tom, who's asked that question? Gil's asking about defense. So final defense, and again, it's optional. But as said in live session, today has switched from the routine, expect a win, to now manage risk. So SPX, 8-4 expiration, 77.90, 77.10, 77.30. I get into that for a 4.50 debit. This is now 7,700, 7,705, 7,710 pin prices for defensive butterfly spreads. Ideally, price still falls to 7, 6, 7.0 or lower. But if 7,700 looks like a viable pin today, defense can help a lot. Okay. We'll see. All right. I got to bounce out here. I know we were supposed to have a stream and everything. You know, I think live trading is a bit more pressing at this time. So, Deanna, if you're still here, let's push that back to I don't know. Let's push it back to tomorrow. I'll do it live tomorrow instead. Let's do it live. Let's do it live tomorrow because what's okay. All right, I'll do that one live. I'm going to double check. I know we have a doctor's appointment today for our littlest one. I'll make sure that doesn't overlap. But I have a Newsbreakers strategy session today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Prezo at 2. I think it's going to be double up discussion. Diamond Clubs will have a class on Friday together. So hopefully I'll get, so engineered options, I put alerts out. Flashpoint today, unlikely going to fill. Trades in the alerts, if you want to put it in as a pending order, probably not going to fill. Waterfall income, I'll get an alert out. It's going to be another pending order. Strategy 2, pending order. Let's see if we win the day on double ups. Let's get some fresh trades on Newsbreakers. Let's manage our winners. I mean, Meta is cooperating. That trade gets better and better if we can survive today, keep it in our profit trap pin, and we may have like 150 to 200% winner going into tomorrow, maybe more. We'll talk about managing the winner there. Okay. All right. So it's going to be a busy week. I mean, I know I was off yesterday with travel, but we're back at it and, dealing with a, I don't know, two days in a row. That's like, well, this market just got stupid inefficient to the upside. So let's see what happens. Worst case, I lose some money, but I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back. I'm going to trade it. We'll get it back. I'm not worried about it. It's just a process. Trading is not, I mean, as much as you'd like it to be, trading is not a straight line. Like there's going to be bumps and bruises along the way, but usually we are fine. It's just not letting this type of result make you bail on a strategy that works. Just keep trading with me. We'll be fine. Okay. What happened to yesterday's aggressive trading session? I don't know. What do you mean? I wasn't here. Like the market, I was gone. I didn't get home until like 1:30. I ended up scalping this yesterday for a couple of bucks. But I mean, yesterday is aggressive. Today is also aggressive. So we'll see where the market goes. Are the strikes on the last defense correct? 76.90. Sorry, 76.90 is 20 wide. Thank you. 7690, 7710, 7730. There you go. So 20 wide. All right, got it. Okay. Godspeed. Let's see what happens. I'll yeah, I'll talk to you soon. I might this might justify a closing bell session if I'm here. I'm not sure when we have a doctor's appointment today in Salt Lake City. I'm not sure what time. I'm hoping it's after the closing bell. But if I can be live towards the end of the day to kind of survive this crap with you, then let's figure it out. Yeah. So Gil, we should be good on that. 7690, 7710, 7730. That should be right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll see you later.